everybody, I'm Ninjo X, the Enlightened Gamer. Welcome back to a new Ninjo vlog. First things first, I have an announcement to make on this. Due to the success of the last month's of SiDE, which is really only the second month of SiDE, I have decided, a little bit of pun work there, that Ninjo SiDE will be expanded. Now, instead of getting one SiDE every other week, you'll get 1.5 SiDEs every other week. Which means you'll get, let's say there's 4 weeks in a month like this month. I know I missed the first month's SiDE, so we're doubling up today, but it would have gone one SiDE, one vlog and a SiDE, one SiDE, one vlog. In that order. From day to day. But I'm sure you guys don't want to just hear me give announcements and talk about how great you are. I'm really super impressed with how this channel has risen to this level of early success. We're not quite unsung yet, but we're getting there. And it's thanks to you guys. To you, to all of you. But I'm gonna have to dial it back because what I want to talk about today isn't something that is worth smiling about. Fandom. Now I know what you guys are probably thinking, but being a fan is something to be proud of. It is. To show loyalty and support to someone else is something to be very proud of. But we don't live in the era of fans anymore. We live in the era of zealots. Fans that are monsters. That support what they think is the best so much that they want to tear apart everything that isn't the exact perfect ideal of what they think should be great. That's right, this is my first vlog that's specifically about video games. I study fandoms. I'm curious to see what other people think. What Mario fans think, what Sonic fans, Zelda fans, Metroid fans. And I've seen a very disturbing trend. A lot of the big gaming fans that are still fans to this day, a lot of the older ones like me, really most of them are older than me, I just kind of look old, are purist fans. Originally, this channel was going to be Ninjo X, the old school gamer. Until I decided I want to completely dissociate myself from people like that. The problem with being a purist gamer is that you think everything was perfect on the first time through. The original Zelda, Zelda 1, was the absolute best Zelda, and there will never be another good Zelda because Zelda 1 was the best Zelda, and I guess I should get right to the point. Of all the fan bases I've studied, and keep in mind I don't know about every single game out there, I'd say that the best, most united fan bases are probably the Metal Gear fan base and what was the other one? I just had it in my head. The Metal Gear fan base and the Mega Man fan base. That's what I'd say are probably the two most united. Oh, also you could throw the Earthbound fan base in there. The Earthbound fan base is beautiful. But for every good fan base, and the worst of the worst as a whole, well, it's the Sonic fan base. But second place is the Zelda fan base. How can that possibly be? Zelda is one of the most beloved titles. Everybody knows Link and Zelda, except for the people that aren't gamers. And most of us love most of the Zelda games. That's just it. For every Zelda fan plays those games for a different reason. Why do you play them? Do you play them simply for the adventure? For the action? For the puzzle solving and the dungeon crawling? Why? I play them for the atmosphere. But it's different from person to person. The problem is that it all goes back to culture, mostly American culture, something that doesn't get talked about too often. For every culture, there is a follow culture and a counterculture. I don't know if those are the official names, but that's what I'm calling them. The follow culture is all about, we have the right idea, we're the best on the planet, and everything that we do is going to be right, in its most extreme form. While the counterculture is, everybody's wrong, they're doing so much bad, something has to be done, they have to be stopped. So I'm going to do everything that I'm told not to do. It's hard for modern gamers to understand. Back in even in the 90s, when gaming was just starting to become mainstream, if you were a gamer, people, especially of the last generation, treated you like you were wasting your time. And a lot of the follow culturalists gave it up. They said, you know what, this is just a toy. Its value is just a toy. I'll play with it every once in a while, but I'm not going to take it too seriously. While the counterculturalists studied the games, they studied the newly emerging internet, they did everything they could to become the best like no one ever was, and they loved it because they were doing what they weren't supposed to be doing. They weren't supposed to be gamers. Being a gamer was a bad thing. It was a waste of time. It was a waste of energy. You were a nobody if you were a gamer. Now, it's the exact opposite. Gaming has completely hit the mainstream, and being a casual gamer has become the norm. And people attack the casual gamer because of it. Anyways, I'm drawing a blank, guys. I don't know where my own train of thought was going. Casual gamer. So now, those old gamers have become a hardcore gamers. And the games that they grew up with, not only do they have the nostalgia for them, the nostalgia that they attack other people for having, but they make excuses for why the older games are the best that there ever was and why newer games are just garbage. The fact is, change isn't always so bad. We just need time to get used to it. But because gaming has become this thing where everybody does it now, a lot of those old school counterculturalists that became gamers because of the counterculture are turning their backs on it. They're like, you know, these new games are dumb because they're not the same ones that I grew up with. On this show, I don't mean to preach, but I kind of do. I want to preach open-mindedness. I want to preach acceptance. I want us to be brothers together and sisters. And whatever else. United by gaming. I don't want it to blow us apart because we're too petty and stupid to be able to accept that just because a game is different, that it's not exactly what we're looking for, that it can't be great. A lot of popular games get bland And I'm not even talking about the big ones that I don't like. I'm talking about ones like Five Nights at Freddy's. Personally, doesn't scare me. Doesn't scare me at all. Doesn't even scare me a little bit. But I was never really freaked out by animatronics as a kid. And if you really like it, I will never hold it against you. If you like Call of Duty, but you also like Mario 64, I won't hold it against you. I recently spoke out in a comment thread about the new Far Cry. I feel like Far Cry is moving in a direction similar to the Call of Duties, where it's becoming more and more about just blam blam, yay, blood splatter, explosions, death, and removing any trace of depth that it might have had. It's about stealth. That's not depth. Stealth on its own isn't enough. If it was, Metal Gear Solid wouldn't have had a story. But that's what I want to get across. We don't all have to agree to get along. We don't. We can be together. We can throw aside our pettiness and pick up a controller to game with friends, even if it's a game we'd never play on our own. We can open our eyes and we can sit down and watch a Let's Play of a game that we wouldn't ordinarily support because we love the person who's doing it. But there is a line. I understand. There is hate. And I'm absolutely for not selling your soul. Not making a deal with the devil. If there's a game that you think is evil, that you think it's corrupt and vile, and I do think that there are such games, I won't support it. And that's my right, and it's your right. But just because somebody else likes it, so long as they don't fawn over it constantly, oh, look at that! Oh, this, all of that, then I will never hold it against somebody for liking something. That is the problem with the modern gamer and the purist gamer. We get so involved in our opinions that we believe them to be fact. We get so stupid about the way we think that anybody who thinks even the slightest bit differently is a moron, because we couldn't possibly be the moron. That's not being enlightened. It's being stupid, ignorant, and it's killing us, choking us. People like that have the gamer community in a stranglehold, and they won't let us tap out. I'm Ninjo X, the Enlightened gamer. Be